Have you ever seen one of those backlit LED wall hangings and thought, oh, I'd like one of those, and then you've seen the price tag? Well, I'm going to show you how you can make one of these yourself and it's not going to blow up your credit card.
Here's what you'll need to make one light disc. 2 pre-cut timber discs. These are sold as tabletops and they're around 18mm thick. I used a 600mm wide disc for the front and 450mm for the back. A smart light strip, 2 meters is enough for most projects, but it must be one that can be trimmed to size. I went for a full colour model too. Good quality timber oil and a brush. You can paint your disc if you wish, but I kept mine as a natural timber look. A jigsaw and drill, and you'll find an orbital palm sander comes in handy too. Square, tape, pencils, clamps, timber screws about 25 to 30mm long, fast grab construction adhesive, and a picture hanger. And the last bit, a length of timber moulding around 20mm by 8mm in size. Start by rounding off the edge from your disc on what will be the front. Roll your light strip out around the edge of the smaller backing disc and find the most suitable cut point. It's okay to have a little overlap. Now carefully cut at the appropriate point. On the smaller disc, position the light control unit and its cable and pencil around them. Drill holes a little bigger than your jigsaw blade in each corner. Now use the jigsaw to cut out, and those holes make it easy for you to turn the corners as you cut. You want to find the centre of the back of your main front disc. My disc was 600mm, so I made sure the tape was at 600 on the far side, then marked in the middle at 300. Draw a line through this centre mark from edge to edge. Now align the square with the centre and that marked line, and then mark up and down. Measure all 4 of those lines out from your marked centre point. They should be 300mm long. This is the quick and easy way to check that you've got that marked centre point exactly dead centre in your panel. At the centre point, carefully drill a pilot hole halfway into the front disc. Cut a piece of moulding to 250mm long and drill a clearance hole 10mm in from one end. Screw this down to your centre mark. Measure and mark 225mm from the head of the screw out. Hold your pencil at the 225mm mark and rotate to mark a perfect circle the exact size of your backing disc. You'll find this is easier and more accurate than trying to position the backing disc through taking multiple measurements and cross-checking. Position your backing disc and make around 6 pilot holes with your drill, making sure you don't go through the face of the main disc. Use pencil to mark inside the control box cutout so you can easily realign your disc. Flip the disc over and put some of that adhesive on the inside face. Flip it over again and realign with your marked circle and the control box cutout marking, and then screw down. Give all surfaces except the outside edge of the rear disc a coat of oil or paint. Do the back first and then flip over before giving the front at least one coat, allowing to dry thoroughly. On a clean and smooth surface, flip your disc over and fit the control box. It's held in place with double-sided tape. Starting from the cable end, progressively remove the backing from the self-adhesive tape on the light strip and fit it to the edge of the small disc flush against the back of the front disc. Time to fit the hanging bracket. Now this is a 2-part set that I'm using. First part goes towards the top and the centre of the disc. That's directly up from the control box, as the control box will be at the bottom. The second part mounts on the wall, but you can see this will leave the disc tilting at an angle, and I need it flat, otherwise light spill won't be even. A small piece of moulding is the right thickness, about 8mm. So pre-drill a hole in each end and screw it to the bottom. This also helps keep the cables in place.
Now I'm going to use the app to control my light disc, but if you bought one that has a remote control and you plan on using that, you need to make sure that the sensor is in line of sight. Now this might involve having to drill a discrete hole from the back of your disc through to the front so that you can poke that little sensor out through the front, somewhere where it's not going to be seen too much. But this is going to depend on the light strip that you used and how you're planning on using it.
Attach the wall bracket. Need to make sure it's level. This one's pretty cool. It has its own built-in level. Hang the light disc, plug it in, fire it up, and that's it. Seriously cool, and at a fraction of the price of a pre-made one.